Welcome to our class on crop growth simulation model for yield assessment. So before we go into the class, a quote to inspire you. The world is changed by your example. The world is changed by your example, not your opinion. Okay, so it is only to inspire you. So let's go straight into our class on crop growth simulation models. For you, would like to support you that in the basics. Okay, crop growth simulation models basics. I have given some information in this class. What I am going to give is a continuation of what we learned in the basics. Now, see the two scenarios under which crop growth simulation models are useful to scientists and policymakers are. Now, there are two scenarios under which the crop simulation models are useful to the scientists and policymakers. This is a wonderful thing. So, why? Number one, when the scientists and research managers need tools that can assist them in taking an integrated approach to finding solutions in the complex problem of weather, soil, and crop management. Once again, I would like to impress upon you that the scientists and the research managers want some sort of assistance. Okay, an integrated approach they wanted for a complex problem of weather, which is expansible and compressible. Okay, atmosphere, now soil, which is a solid state, crop management, whatnot. Crops are ranging from 60 days crops to plantation crops surviving for maybe for economic field of 40-45 years in case of coconut or mango orchard. So in such a scenario, the crop growth models are really useful. How? See, let us go to second point. When the policymakers and administrators, okay, need some tools that assist them in policy management in agriculture methodology. Okay, as I said, the study of the science of meteorology in relation to agriculture, we call it as the agriculture meteorology. Now, the policymakers and administrators want some sort of assistance in policy management. Then the crop simulation models are really useful. The models allow evaluation of one or more options that are available with respect to one or more agronomic management issues. For example, not only economic, though, crop physiology wise, soil science wise, but let us limit in this class only to some economic crop management decisions like determine optimum planting rate, determine best choice of a cultivar, evaluate weather risk, and investment decisions for economic significance. Now, so let us see. The crop growth simulation models can be used to predict the performance in regions where the crop has not and not been grown. Crop growth simulation models can be used where in regions, okay, where the crop has not been grown before or not grown under optimal conditions. Earlier, the crops were not grown. There, the crop simulation models are useful. And when the crops are not grown under optimum growing situation, then also crop growth models are really useful. Such applications are of value of regional development and agriculture planning in developing countries. Say, for example, a crop variety is successful or a crop is successful in one region, wanted to be introduced in a new area. Crop simulation models, crop growth simulation models are really useful in such cases. Then, in agriculture meteorological research, the crop models basically helps in agriculture meteorological research. Okay, testing the scientific hypothesis, highlight where information is missing. Okay, in certain places, we miss the information on, say, weather data, or we miss some information on the soil, or a combination of these two. Okay, there the crop simulation models are useful, integrating across disciplines. See, in agriculture meteorology, we study not only meteorology, not only crop of agronomy or crop physiology or okay, this soil science, and above all, pest management or disease management. That means crop production, soil science. All these things we study. So in crop science, the crop growth models are useful in integrating across. This go to the how the crop growth simulation models are assisting in the genetic improvement. Okay, so evaluation of optimum genetic traits for specific environment. See, in cold regions, most of the crops grow in a vertical region. In tropical regions, the crops will grow with in an umbrella shape. Like so what optimum genetic traits that are required? Whether it is short stature, or you can say profuse tillering, or you can say less number of the leaves, whatnot. So different traits for a specific environment, and of course evaluate cultivar stability under the long-term weather conditions. Of course, stability analysis, Everhart and Russell model. So I did it in my PhD program, Everhart and Russell model. Then few of my PG and PhD students evaluated their cultivar stability under long-term weather conditions. So there is a relation between weather and the environment. Okay. Now, crop variety or crop cultivar in the environment. So in genetic improvement is also useful. Finally, the use of the use of crop growth similar in the climate change scenarios. Climate change, as I said several times, in the basics, in the advances I'm going to cover climate change, crop models can be used to understand the effects of climate change, such as, okay, now, consequences of elevated carbon dioxide, changes in temperature and rainfall on crop development, growth, and yield. Ultimately, the breeders can anticipate future requirements based on the climate change. So, when carbon dioxide is elevated, what is happening to the growth, development? Finally, what we want is yield and changes in the temperature, whether it is the minimum temperature change or maximum temperature or temperature range change, whatnot. So, in all these things, in addition to that, rainfall or crop development, suppose more rain occurs, less rain occurs, optimum rain occurs. In the optimum stage, unusually rains occur then they are not required for the crop. Under those scenarios, so and what would be the final yield would be known from the crop simulation models. So that's what I would say. Thank you very much once again. See, let us understand what is the quote for today's class. The world is changed by your example, not your opinion. Just your opinion is opinion. So be an example, then only the world changes. Thank you very much. Before that, I would like to impress upon you that it was my fortunate that I was one of the first foremost scientists, agrometeorologists to undergo training in the crop simulation models under the course guidance of Dr. Jim Jones, Ken Bote, of course, Hogan Boom. Okay, so these are all the scientists with whom I led crop simulation models way back in 2000. DSAT, Decision Support System for Agro-Technology Transfer models, I learned from them right there in University of Florida. So we go on discussing all these things in the days to come. May God bless you. All the best.